Hey everyone, this is Ryder from YoGov, and I'm here with Isla, and I wanted to give you a quick Monday update. It's Monday, April 13th. As I've said in my previous videos, a lot of this financial and loan information is changing daily. So there's three updates today that I want to provide uh, about the stimulus checks that individuals are eligible for, about the PPP program, and about the EIDL loan program. Okay, so I'll keep it brief, but first of all, the Treasury Secretary said today that 80 million Americans will receive their stimulus checks by this Wednesday. So the checks, a lot of them started being deposited today, and he said that 80 million will receive by this Wednesday. So they're being direct deposited as we speak. If you don't receive it by midweek, these are his words. If you don't receive them by Wednesday, go to irs.gov and you'll be able to validate yourself on the website and verify your information. And if needed, you'll be able to add your direct deposit information. That's what they've said you'll be able to do. So that's good news. We've heard a lot of reports from people that have seen it in their bank accounts today, actually. So uh, if you're a Social Security beneficiary, you don't need to do anything. So you don't need to do anything and you'll get it. Same if you didn't need to file your 2018 or 2019 taxes. You shouldn't need to do anything now. If you're unsure, you can still go to irs.gov and verify your information. So this is the stimulus checks that it's up to 1,200 as an individual, or a typical family of four would be eligible for 3,400. So each parent would be eligible for potentially $1,200 each, plus $500 for each eligible child under 16 and under. So expect those in your bank account this week. Again, you won't get an email. You just need to keep an eye on your bank account. Okay, regarding the PPP, the Secretary also gave information about that today in the briefing, in the White House briefing. So, according to Secretary Mnuchin, 200 billion has already been distributed from the federal government to over 4,600 banks and lenders. So basically, the SBA sends money out to these 4,600 banks and lenders, and then the banks and lenders are the ones that approve your applications. And that's where we've heard the criticism and a lot of the backlog has been with the banks, because this program, the PPP, is 1 week old, or 10 days, let's say. But a lot of the banks didn't really know how to allocate, approve, etc., and they weren't sure what guarantees they had from the federal government. So it seems like a lot of that's smoothed out in theory this week. And so if you have applied but you haven't had your loan processed, the Secretary said it should be processed this week. Those were his words. Again, I'm repeating a lot of what Secretary Mnuchin said today. That's the Treasury Secretary. Lastly, the EIDL loans. So they have been distributed, according to our reports, they started, towards the end of last week. The vast majority of people have not received anything yet. So we've been tracking tens of thousands on our loan tracking tool. It's SBAloanstatus.com if you want to track and self-report. It's basically a tool to self-report if you've received your loan or not, so we can understand, hey, what progress is being made. According to that data, less than 0.5% of people have received their EIDL loans. This is the 10,000 advance in the EIDL program, Economic Emergency Disaster Loan Program. That's a 10,000 advance. But I talked to two people just before this call that had received their loans. One woman had a business with 9 employees, and she received $9,000 from the SBA directly today. And then another gentleman received $2,000 for his 2 employees today. So it sounds like more are being wired today. And both of these people had applied very early, and even the woman had applied mid-March before they even rolled out the new system. So it's unclear if that was why she already had hers approved, because she applied, much earlier, or not. But it looks like stuff is happening. But the key difference is that it probably won't be the $10,000 amount. It looks like, and other YouTubers have verified this too, that it's 1,000 per employee So if you have 3 employees, you might get 3,000, 4,000, etc. So keep an eye out for that. And again, you probably won't get an email first. It'll be a direct deposit to your business bank account, and you'll have to keep an eye out for it. Here's what it will say. Something like ACH credit, SBAD credit, CRED, SBAD for SBA disaster, and short for Treasury, TREAS, mispay on whatever date it is. So one earlier today was ACH cred, SBAD, mispay on 4/13 today. So look for that on your statement. If it says that, it is this EIDL loan in part or in full. We would love to hear if you are approved. It just helps everyone understand how much progress is being made, what realistically should we expect. So if you haven't yet, it's free to self-report at sbaloanstatus.com or go to helloskip.com/loan tracking. It'd be a big help for everyone. And if you found this helpful, we'll be doing videos throughout the rest of this week as we find more information, but please do subscribe. We try to give as much information as possible, so subscribe and share. It helps us a lot. And most importantly, hope you're staying well, staying safe, and staying home. Thanks.